Hello and welcome to Games Jobs Live, or more specifically, Games Jobs Live North, because we're in the North, this great region that spreads from Liverpool all the way to Leeds and all the way over to the northeast. What an amazing place we live in, and it's a cool place to live, it's a cool place to make games. So, um, I'm going to go on to the script now because we're here. Normally, Mr. Mr. Colin MacDonald would be introducing and being all professional, but tough luck because you've got me today, just me. So anyway, Games Jobs Live makes it easy for great studios to connect with amazing talent. Some of you are already in the games industry, and some in the north of England, and some further afield. What are you doing not in the north? Anyway, some of you studied games courses and are looking to join. Some are working in other fields, but thinking about making the jump to games. So hopefully hearing from everyone today, because we've got some great companies, great speakers, help you decide what you want to do and who you should be applying to, and the kind of roles that you want to work in or move up to or move across to if you're already in the industry. So it's nice. I've started to see some familiar names on Discord and also on the YouTube chat. So hello. My name's Stephen Hay. You have worked at companies like Ocean Software, Infogrames, and Electronic Arts. I started in games in 1993, so kind of a long time ago when they were all in black and white and on massive TVs. But I've been in games for a long time, and my jam mainly is marketing. So I'm saying my jam because we're going to keep it youth today, speak to a wide audience. But my jam is marketing, or raspberry jam from Tesco, the luxury one. That's really nice. And now I work for Lego Me at Hey Stephen Hey. So this is Lego Me, and he's the guy I work for. He's my boss. He's just cruel. He really doesn't take any notice of modern working practices. It's not a nice place to work, really. But I work for myself, essentially. I do education, I do mentoring, I do business development, and I still do marketing. So that's my place in this whole thing. So as I said, usually I would be joined by Colin MacDonald for this part. Today, he's trusting it all to me. What a fool! So we're going to have some fun. We're just going to. I have got a script here. I've got a script and everything. Forget about that. You don't need that. Who needs the script when we've got fun? So we'll just improvise and see what happens. So today it's all about games in the north, which is a great place to make games, a great place to learn to make games. So every time we do one of these Games Jobs North, I try and talk about a slightly different topic. One of the things I wanted to just to say today is that we have some great places to learn to make games in the north, across the north, and I think that's why we've always had a legacy of making great games, and people in Liverpool, Manchester, and Leeds, they were making games in the 80s, and we were kind of part of that kind of places that forged games and the modern game industry. So we got that legacy, and that's great. But what's most exciting to me is that we're still making games. We're making great games. We're making BAFTA-nominated games, award-winning games, huge games, which are kind of globally successful. And part of this is that we have a great tradition of teaching game skills in the north. So we have great courses, and I don't know them all, so forgive me, but we have great games courses at Manchester Met, UCLan, Salford, Leeds Beckett, Teesside was a great reputation. Newcastle, Chester, all have great degrees. We have great level 3 courses at places like Newcastle, Sunderland, likes of Manchester College, who are about to move into a new hub right in the middle of Manchester, which is really exciting for their next academic year. just a couple of days ago, there was a new game school announced coming to the city centre in Noma, which is a kind of a new bright part of the city centre as well, which is called DBS. And they bring a different slant with music and games together. So, you know, the future's bright, I think, across the whole of the North for people studying games or wanting to get into games. Of course, then there are the studios. So we have studios and publishers. We have publishers like Merge, Nomad Games, No More Robots, Biffle Games, who are publishing games, and there's others as well. As for developers, we have huge companies, the likes of Cloud Imperium, who again are moving to a new HQ in the centre of Manchester this year. Huge companies in, people saying Liverpool, Bolton, yeah, big companies in Liverpool, like Firesprite, for example. We have Ubisoft up in Newcastle. We have Sony in Liverpool. We have EA down in Warrington. And it's studios of all shapes and sizes. So we have these big mega companies, but we also have boutique studios as well. Plus, we have game tech companies, visualization, art companies. So there's this whole games ecosystem in the North. And when you're thinking about kind of your careers in games and different places to move in games, I think don't just think about video games publishers, developers, that there's other companies as well out there for you. And the North really has produced some very corking games, you know, and we can even look recently. We've got Acid Nerve's Death's Door, which was nominated for a BAFTA. Absolutely a beautiful, beautiful game from a small team based in Manchester. We have White Paper, who recently published Conway Disappearance Daily Review. Incredible game, really beautiful kind of narrative. From Lucid in Liverpool with Destruction All Stars, which just goes on and gets better and better as a live game, and a huge accomplishment. And TT Games, of course, who recently released the Star Wars Saga, which is incredible, which I've been playing a lot. I've really been enjoying the Star Wars Saga again from a different perspective, and it's a lot funnier than the films that I remember anyway. We have the Games Jobs Live website, and on that website there's some great information just about the regions as well. So it will tell you all about the regions, what it's like to live here, some of the highlights of those places. So if you go there, you can look at the Northwest, the Northeast, and Yorkshire. And so there's separate articles talking about all those areas. So that website address is Gamesjobs Live, gamesjobs.live/regions. So that's gamesjobs.live/regions. Also on the website, you'll find an interactive map that will let you explore all of the jobs across all of the UK. In particular, up here in the north, we have 246 jobs currently available across the northwest, 111 jobs across the northeast, and amazingly, coincidentally, 111 jobs across Yorkshire. So that's all in there. Now, in order to make sure all of our companies have enough time to talk and to tell you about their roles, each company just has a few minutes to kind of present themselves today. And it should really give you a very good flavour of the companies, what it's like to work with them. And then it's up to you guys to follow that up, to get in touch and to follow up any roles that you're particularly interested in. That the best way to do that immediately anyway is to be on our Discord. So that's discord.gamesjobs.live. So if you put that into a browser, so discord.gamesjobs.live, that should be scrolling across the bottom of the screen. There it is, I can see it. It's not going too fast, although we could make it really fast, and that would be like a bit of a meta game. But that's there. What we have in that Discord is we have representative team members from each of the companies talking today. And you'll be able to ask those questions direct. You'll be able to chat to them. Just go on, have a conversation, ask them their opinion on things, ask them what it's like to work with them. It's a fantastic opportunity for you to kind of question these people direct. So have a look at the Discord. Each company has a dedicated channel that they're in. And see what you think. We'll be looking at the questions coming in on the YouTube, coming in on the chat, and if we've got time for each one, I'll put some of those questions to the people. So nothing too hard, not general knowledge, things like that, but actual questions about the company, about what it's like to work there, about any of the roles in particular. So just drop them in the general chat, and I will do my best to get those to them. So on the Discord, all of the companies have someone there representing. You will see those users because they're in green. If anyone else contacts you saying that they're from a company and they're not in green on our Discord, please let me know or let one of the companies know so that they can delete those messages and ban people that post anything unpleasant or spammy. And just let's be nice. Everyone's nice. The games industry is such a lovely industry. It's very collaborative, it's very cooperative. So let's just be civil to people on the Discord. I know when Colin usually says that, he's talking about me. So I'm not going to be on the Discord. I'm not going to be on that side. So I will be nice to people, Colin. It's okay. He's not here. He can't hear us. So get in Discord and have a chat, and chat to these lovely people who will all be there, keen to talk to you and to connect with you. Finally, before we jump to the people, this is what you're really here for, not for me rattling on. I'd like to say thank you to people like Gameopolis, Gaming Republic, Yuki, Intergames, all the unis and colleges, and all the individuals, and everyone else that has kind of shared news about this event, shared the link for people to sign up. It's really helpful that you do that, and we've had loads of people sign up. We've got loads of people on the platforms already today, so it's really good to see that. It's really healthy. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for supporting Games Jobs Live, and thank you for everyone coming to Games Jobs Live. That is fantastic, and it's really appreciated. So that is enough from me. I have kept largely to the script, so I've not gone completely off script. I'm being good. And next we are going to go from where I am, which is in Manchester. We're going to go, which is a special effect, which you don't get with Colin. Just saying, I think Colin needs to up his game. We're going to go to Middlesbrough for the first company of the day. The first company is Double 11. They've been involved in lots and lots of games, from Rust to Minecraft Dungeons, from Crackdown 3 to Goat Simulator. And recently it was announced that they have been trusted by Bethesda to create content for Fallout 76. So, this is a company which is trusted by some of the biggest companies in the world, with some of the biggest franchises in the world. And they're trusted to make them better, to enrich them, to keep people in those games, and to keep people having a great time with them. So I'm going to introduce you to Laura Brody. Laura is head of people and culture at Double 11. So hopefully, if this works, hello, Laura.
That's great. Thanks, Stephen. Hi, how are you?
I'm all good, thanks, Laura. It's good. The sun's shining in Manchester today, which is quite
great.
unusual.
We have got the sun here. We have, which is nice. And thank you for the great introduction as well. It was lovely. So thank you.
Cool. No problem. I will let you take over, and I'll see you in a little bit.
Great, thank you very much. So before I do make a start, we're going to jump in. Before I make a start and jump into the presentation, we're going to show you the latest Prison Architect trailer, Perfect Storm. Great, so we wanted to show the trailer before we made a start with the presentation, just to give you an idea of the type of projects you get to work on here at Double 11. So we now move into the slides. As shared, I am Laura Brodie, Head of People and Culture here at Double 11. I joined the organisation just in December. With me today, I've got Jen Koch and Danny Allen from our recruitment team, and they'll also be available on Discord for any questions that you have. So to jump right in, who are Double 11? So we were founded over 12 years ago by CEO Lee Hutchinson, who you can see on the screen. Lee's vision was to create a company that puts people first ahead of profit, creating a place where we get to work on exciting projects and also having that great work-life balance. Our aim is to enable people to be their best selves at work, but also whilst they're at home as well, and that's something that we're really proud of. We are thrilled to share that we hit our 300 employee milestone last week, and our people are first philosophy really is, part of kind of who we are. The scale and complexity of the projects and success of our team to deliver such great work is a testament to our culture and our approach. So where we are based, so it was shared already, we are based in Teesside in the Northeast, hugely passionate about the Northeast as well. We also have another studio, which is in Kuala Lumpur, which has grown to around 50 people in the last year, which is great. And then like many companies, we moved to working remotely during COVID-19, and we're starting to gradually introduce you back to our studios, which is really exciting, which is starting to phase back over the next few months. And then just to give you a bit of an idea around, what we believe in and what our core values are. So our belief and core values are very important to us. They are really how, support is how we work together and work together as a team. We have three core values: integrity, ambition, and humanity. And they are the golden thread that really guides how we work together and how we make decisions. So a top tip for you, if you are looking to explore a role with us, you will see our values featured as part of the interview process. So definitely take some time to have a look at these and think about what they mean for you. So what do? We do downporting, games as a service, publishing, console port, remastering, and work for hire. And then just to give you a flavour in terms of the type of games that we get to work on, we've helped millions to fight their way through the fearsome mobs in Minecraft dungeons, battle each other in the environment in Rust, and then most recently, I shared at the start as well, we're starting to craft new adventures for vault dwellers around the world in Fallout 76. So join Double 11, you get to be part of great games, working on amazing titles with experienced teams in the gaming industry. So it really is a great place to work. So what are we looking for? So we've got opportunities open in all disciplines. If you visit our careers page, you'll be able to see and find out more in terms of what they are, what's available. What we would say, if you do go on there and you find out that, there's not a role that you're, part of your specialism or what you're looking for, please reach out with a speculative application. We do look at those when we're looking in the future in terms of roles and dipping into that pool to see what's there. Alternatively, you can link in with Jen and Danny and our recruitment team, and they can give you an insight in terms of what's currently available and what's on the horizon too. We also offer an undergraduate placement programme, which we're really proud of. This is where we have students join Double 11 who have decided to take a year in industry in between their studies. We typically offer placements in code, design, and art as well. We have just closed our applications for the student placements for this year and going into next, but we will relaunch that around March next year, and that will be for students looking for placements for 2023 and going into 2024 as well. So please keep your eyes looking for that if that's something you're interested in. So what do you expect, I guess, when you're looking to apply for us? So these are some of the kind of key questions that we get asked by candidates. So if you do apply with us, our interview, we tend to ask competency-based questions to find out where you've demonstrated particular skills, values, or behaviours. We want you to feel really comfortable at the interview, and it's really the opportunity for us to get to know more about you as a person, and also a chance for you to get to know more about us as a business and those that are working in the team that you're applying for. So, dress comfortably and just be yourself. Our interviews tend to be over a maximum of 2 stages, and we'll always be upfront around what the process looks like when you apply and walk you through that. And then last but not least, but most importantly, is will I get feedback? Absolutely. We're really passionate about giving feedback to individuals, no matter whether you're successful or not, because that's the information that's going to help you in your next opportunity. So when you do apply, do know that you will get that feedback from us, and that'll help you in your next steps on your journey too. And then why would you join us? So kind of finishing on this kind of final slide here. So here's some of our awards that we've received. The one that really stands out for us and is really pivotal is the Best Places to Work 2021. We're really, really passionate and happy around that award, and that really kind of shows our people first approach as well. We have invariably high retention, which is something we're really proud of. We're fundamentally a people first organisation, which really cares about our teams and going above and beyond to support them too. So thank you so much for listening. Please reach out to Jen and Danny, who are answering questions on the Discord group, and we hopefully look forward to welcoming some of you into our studios in the future. So thank you very much.
Hang on, it doesn't really help if I have mute on, does it? Because I'm a proper professional.
I can hear you now.
The video is getting a lot of love.
It's great. It really brings it to life, and I think me talking's great, but actually seeing the trailer and seeing the type of things that you work on, I think that's really exciting. So it's great. We've got some good feedback on that trailer. I
think there's some questions coming in on the Discord. So that's really good, and so if people are on the Discord, please get on the Discord, discord.gamesjobs.live, so they can jump on that. 300 people, wow, that's a lot of people, isn't it?
It is. We're super excited. So we hit that milestone last week. So about 250, I guess, UK based, and that 50 over in KL and Kuala Lumpur. So yes, super big achievement. And we've got lots of vacancies still coming through. We've got some really exciting projects, that we're currently working on that are out in the public domain. Some of the things, behind the scenes that we can't talk about. So it's a really great time to join the organisation, and we're still growing, which is really exciting.
Fantastic. And are you supporting kind of remote working as well, or what's your position on that?
Bit of a mixture. So we're really passionate about our studios and that in-person collaboration, but equally we are offering remote where it makes sense for certain positions as well. So we have got a hybrid kind of offering for certain positions which we're working on, but equally we've had some great feedback from people that joined us during the pandemic and never got to go in the studio. Actually being able to get back into the studio and experience being with each other has been really kind of viable to them. So we're doing a bit of both and working through that at the moment.
Cool, excellent. And what's the best? So Middlesbrough, I spent quite a lot of time in Middlesbrough because lots of games companies, lots of talent up there. What's the best? What's the best thing about the Northeast, you think, in Middlesbrough, and to live there?
I think it's the people. People in the Northeast are really, really passionate. They're really outgoing, really friendly, and I'm from the northeast, I'm from Newcastle, and being in kind of the Middlesbrough area and having our studio there is really important to us, and it offers so much as well in terms of that quality of life. We're so close to the coast, there's so much that you can do in terms of transport links and getting out there, and exploring kind of the countryside and different activities as well. So I think it's the people, but also, there's lots of opportunities around here to have a really good quality of life, and we get that feedback. We relocate people from the UK and overseas to Teesside. We get really good feedback about that too. So yeah, it's a great place to be.
Excellent. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, a lot of people giving love for Parmos at Teesside University, and
Yes.
and all sorts of other things. People were asking about the positions remote or in-house, so that's good. So we've answered all those. Yeah, and I can see the Discord here is on fire, so that's good. So good news. So
Great.
all good. So thank you for that. Brilliant. People can catch you. So as we said already, you can speak to the rest of the team at Double 11 on Discord. So it's discord.gamesjobs.live. So if you put that into a browser, Chrome, Safari, Firefox, Edge, I don't know, all the browsers. There's all the browsers. So stick it in there and speak to the team. But thank you very much, Laura. It's good stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye now.
Okay, so for our next studio, well, they have multiple locations, but I think we're definitely over in Yorkshire for one of them. They're part of a company that's been around for a long time, since 1992, in fact. So it's even longer than me. So that's really, really long time. From a very early hit with Aliens versus Predator, they've since produced a ton of games, including Sniper Elite series, which is superb and consistent and brilliant, as well as buying 2000 AD comic. Well, that's what it says here. I mean, that's not very impressive. I bought loads of 2000 AD comics. So unless, of course, they made them bought the company, which is kind of cool. So they bought the 2000 AD comics publisher, as well as a 50,000 square foot film studio. So pretty amazing, ambitious, creative company. And that company is Rebellion. So from Rebellion, we're going to hear from Thomas Waterhouse Biggins and Adam Bork-Waite. And hopefully they will come in right now. Yes, it works.
How are you doing?
Excellent. How are you guys?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah,
excellent.
Excited to talk to people.
Excellent. And Rebellion North, you are in Yorkshire, aren't you?
Yes, we're in Ossett, which is in Wakefield, but it's very, very close to Leeds.
Okay, cool. So it's God's own country, of course.
Yeah, that's what they tell us. You can hear from our accent that neither Tom or I are actually locals, but we do still live in the region.
Excellent. Oh, cool. Excellent. Well, yeah, no, it's very welcoming. You're allowed to move. That's cool. Cool. Well, I will let you both take over now. There's a lot of love coming in from Alien versus Predator at the moment, which is really cool. So brilliant. So over to you guys, and I will see you once you've told us all about Rebellion North.
Great, cool. Thanks, Stephen. So we've got a few slides to show off and talking about Rebellion as a company. So I'll go on to the first one. So yeah, as Stephen already covered, we're Rebellion, one of the largest independent game publishing developers, not just in the UK, but in Europe. We're split across 4 different studios across England. And as Stephen mentioned, we have a lot of amazing games, a lot of different IP throughout the 30 years we've been in existence. Sniper Elite, the big one, but we also branch out with Evil Genius 2. And outside of that, we do own the 2000 AD brand, so Judge Dredd is ours, and Rogue Trooper. But even more than that, we have a film and TV studio. We released our first feature film last year, and we have our own motion capture studio. So for our own projects, we have our own space to capture that, and we have all that technology set up.
So Tom and I are actually from Rebellion North, which is the latest addition to the Rebellion group. So there's several studios within Rebellion, and Rebellion North is a little bit unique in that whilst the other groups are working on Sniper Elites and things like that, we also have the opportunity to work with external partners, which is really exciting. There's some really big but secret projects on the go at the moment with some really top AAA projects. So we're a small studio of about 30 people at the moment, but we are growing. We're growing quite rapidly. So Rebellion North is quite interesting in that it's an evolving studio. It's a really good place to kind of get in at the ground level at the moment because, as I say, we're growing across all departments and we are working on some really interesting projects with external partners, but we are also working on our own unannounced AAA project in-house, which we're both working on, which is really exciting. So we're not just working on external stuff, we've kind of just got options all across really, and I think, yeah, that's fun. You can see here, as we mentioned, some of the games we've worked on. So you can see some of the big Rebellion names there. So Evil Genius 2, Sniper Elite, Zombie Army, and Road Trooper we did here as well. But you can also see there some other names. So Football Manager, for example, Goat Simulator, which is where we're working with external partners. And also at the bottom there, you can see that we do work across all the big platforms. We're working on, yeah, PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, PCs, and Switch, which I'll get onto in a minute. So one of the interesting things about being a smaller studio that we're growing is that we think it's important to try and get some established values, some kind of fundamental pillars that we work to that can hopefully appeal to people who'd want to work here. So you can see them there, that they are team, trusted, and technical. So team means that everyone kind of works together here. As a smaller team, we're able to very much kind of communicate quite easily, and there's a real shared strategic thinking. There's a lot of transparency, but also responsibility shared. There's no kind of blame culture. It's a really great place for just everyone kind of mucking in and getting everything done. Trusted works in two ways. We're trusted by a lot of our external partners. We've got some really good relationships with some of the big boys in the industry. And that opens up doors for us working on really interesting things, and we get a lot of repeat work because we proved we can be trusted. But it's also just about trusting our staff and knowing that the more trust you put in people, the more likely it's going to be paid back to you. So we're just ensuring we're trusting people to do their job and not micromanaging or anything. And technical, so the studio, a lot of the development work we've done so far has been very technical. We are experts on porting for the Nintendo Switch, so we've done great work with things like Sniper Elite there. And really, I think we provide a really excellent service. And that's because we've got some really, really high-class kind of technical staff, a lot of coders. As a designer working here, I don't think I've ever worked anywhere where I've had access to more coders, and I love that. It's great. So, yeah.
So those three pillars kind of feed into what our culture here is at Rebellion North. First and foremost, no crunch. You know, if anyone crunches, it's due to poor management and poor project management. So we never do that. If we need to have more time, we look at other options. We just simply don't believe in people doing overtime, and we want to make sure that work-life balance is correct, that people come into work, really enjoy what they do, but also get to step away and spend time with their family and doing things they really enjoy. So the team idea comes with transparency. We talk as a team about what's going on. Once a week, the head of studio and our business development managers tells the whole team what's going on. We're always talking with external partners, so it's important that everyone kind of knows that. And in terms of making decisions about which direction we want to go, we want to make sure everyone is here and talking and has some sort of input, because ultimately it's us as a team who's driving the studio forward, and we get to kind of decide the direction together because we're supporting each other. So outside of that, we try and do regular team events. We go to the pub, as you can see on the right. We have bike rides and board game events and things like that, always just trying to communicate. And we have people from all over the country and also all over the world at this point. So it's important for everyone to kind of come together and talk and kind of have that connectivity. And with us being part of a big, larger studio, we're competitive with pay. And you can kind of, even though we're a smaller team, you can expect the usual benefits package that comes with a larger studio. So if that all sounds good, if that all sounds interesting, we have multiple roles across the entire disciplines: design, animation, art, code. We're hiring across the board. And with the project that Adam is talking about, that's still very early days, and we're looking to build that team and bring in the right people for that team. So if you are interested, please go to the website, or of course, just give us a poke in the Discord after this. We'll be happy to answer your questions.
Thanks.
Cool. Thank you.
Perfect. Really good. Excellent. It looks great. There's a lot of love on the coming through on Discord, and everyone can jump on the Discord, discord.gamesjobs.live, to speak to the team there. So that's really good. I think some of the questions that are coming in, people are asking about kind of graduate schemes or placement roles.
So we do offer those on a case-by-case basis. You know, we currently have some interns in from the outside. I would definitely check out our website to see what's there. We do have a graduate programmer role open. I believe there should be something for art. I'll have to double check. If anyone is interested, please do follow up on the Discord to make sure. But yeah, we're hiring kind of across the board, senior down to graduates.
Fantastic, cool. And people asking about remote working. I think that's kind of quite a common question, or quite a common topic, isn't it? I think for everyone who works in offices, I guess.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's been a difficult one. Our team is largely on site, and our focus is on site. But obviously, doing that in a way that is safe and proper for everyone. The last thing we want is to endanger one. So we've been very careful along the way. We are somewhat open to hybrid. There's some people who are doing that, but we kind of take that on a case-by-case basis. So we're kind of open to it, but our preference is on site.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I think every company is kind of a different view and a different culture, and it has to be right. For me personally, I kind of definitely miss people. And I kind of think making games is a team effort as well. So that kind of makes sense. But it's however companies work it. Is there, because the group is so eclectic now, I guess, from kind of comics to making movies to motion capture. Are there opportunities to move to very different roles, or to move within the group?
I think on some scale, we always we talk to people about what they want to do. We sit down regularly, and if we have had people here who are a senior programmer is now in production, and we've had kind of things like that. So if somebody's here and they want to do something different, and we really like that person and they're a great part of the team, we always try and have that conversation to keep them around. Perhaps that does involve moving to a different studio. I came from the Oxford studio, so I used to be a production on that side of things, and I actually moved out to be part of this team. So I think it's somewhat limited in how much it happens, but we're definitely open to it because we want the right people in the right position.
I think it'd be fairly rare for someone with a very game-specific skill set to necessarily go into film and TV, but I don't think it would be ruled out, for example. I think it's just you'd have to have those kind of everything fall in line, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally get that. Yeah, fantastic. I think that is good. So I think kind of get on the Discord. It's down at the bottom there, discord.gamesjobs.live, and speak to the guys. Everyone after this session will be emailed with all the links as well to the career sites or the particular jobs that people are talking about. So it's all good. So thank you, Tom. Thank you, Adam. It's great to meet you.
Very much. Thank you. Good luck with the show.
Thanks a lot. Bye. Nice. Cool. Wow, how cool to work for Rebellion. I'm getting on that website. So where are we? Still, we've got Team 17 coming along, Huey Games, and 10 Games. If you just joined us, make sure you're on the Discord to chat to the companies. Lots of chat going on to all the companies already. And so, get yourself on a browser, discord.gamesjobs.live, and you will find people there ready to talk. I'm really happy to converse with you and answer all of your questions that you might have about any of the jobs and any of the companies working here. Get, kind of ask them lots of questions, get tips on, interviews, what you should be in your portfolio. These are the people to ask. So it's great. So next is it's a new studio, brand new studio, brand new to Games Jobs Live, founded by industry. It says here on the script, industry veterans. I hate the word veterans because it makes you sound like you're kind of old cars or something. But industry heroes, industry cool people, industry excellent sorts. I don't know. We need a new word anyway. They specialize in crafting amazing games using third-party IP, third-party properties, franchises, based in Warrington in Cheshire. So this is 1010 Games, and here to tell us all about 1010 Games is the design director, an all-round good guy. Told you, kind of veteran should be replaced by good guy or good person. It's Arthur Parsons.
Hi, Stephen. You all right?
Yeah, good. Thanks. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm an all-round good guy. So
all-round good guy. This is what you should say on your business card, I think. So
something like that.
It's all good. Cool. So I'm gonna hand over to you now, Arthur, and let you talk about 1010, which is a super exciting new studio, and then come back after that.
Bro, thank you very much. Thank you. Right. So, hi everybody. I'm Arthur Parsons. I'm the design director and one of the co-founders of 1010. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to hope it's going to work. It should all be good. So let's go. Let's pick that one, and fingers crossed you can see that. Brill. Excellent. So let me just tell you a little bit about us in as sort of short a time as I can. So 1010, we're a new studio. You've probably never heard of us. We have been going since June last year. We're not even one yet. We are based in the heart of Warrington. We chose Warrington because transport links are excellent. We're slap bang between the amazing cities of Liverpool and Manchester. It just was the perfect place for us. Formed by industry veterans, all-round good guys. We are focused on making an amazing new franchise of games in the right way. We've got super ambitious plans for growth and for the future. And the brilliant thing about 1010 Games and starting 1010 was that we started with a blank piece of paper. So we have been establishing the studio, learning from the many years of game development that those of us that started this up have. The whole place has been built on an inclusive, collaborative, happy, welcoming, fun, people first culture. Our vision is to empower our people, make the best game franchise we possibly can. And given our heritage, we are going to be working on the world's biggest and best third-party IP, and we're going to bring them to life. And rather than previous games, we're going to be targeting Team Plus audiences, give ourselves a lot more IP to play with and really play with those IPs. So that's what we're doing. Very brief update on what we are. So people first, fully inclusive, fully collaborative, absolutely 100% making sure we've got career progression plans for every single person within the studio. Top to bottom, everything is shared. Contract negotiations, royalty rates, like nothing is hidden from anyone on the team, because those that are already here and those that are going to join, we want everyone to be brought into the studio. That's the only way this is going to be successful. Just as an overview, fully flexible hybrid working. We actually have our amazing sound designer is fully remote. But yeah, we've got a beautiful office. We want people to be in it, but that's entirely flexible. No core hours. We don't track hours. We don't expect hours. We just expect people to do their job. We're human. We're adult. We trust our people. They trust us, and that's great. No overtime, no crunch. Attractive salaries, excellent benefits package. Actually, better than any benefits package I've had in the past, in terms of all the bad stuff like death in service and illness cover and pensions and stuff. But great bonuses, and those bonuses are all profit based for everyone, whether you're the newest member or the aging good guy veteran. Current team size is 34, 20% of which identifies female. I've put that up there because I think it's really important. There's 3.2 billion gamers, half of them identify as female. So why aren't like half the workforces? It's a lofty ambition to get there, but we want to do our bit. We've partnered very early on in our sort of the studio's journey with Women in Games and also Grads in Games, two great things to be associated with, and we're doing a lot of work with them. We've got female representation on our leadership team, in our senior group. We also have a massive outreach program that everyone's involved in, junior members, senior members, getting out, talking to people that want to get into the industry, and also getting our Women in Games ambassadors into high schools at year 7 to try and help with underrepresentation in the industry. So that's nutshell of 1010. And very quickly, opportunities, because that's what we're here to talk about. We're looking currently for VFX artist and the UI UX artist. And as it says there, we're planning to double in size by the end of the year, predominantly with some entry-level roles. And that's true entry-level roles where we're not expecting you to have made 87 games and have 36 years experience for an entry-level role. We just want you to be amazing and really, really great at what you do, and we'll help you with learning and onboarding and mentorship and everything else. And we will be opening up some other roles, mid-level and senior. But right now, VFX artist, UI artist, and any speculative applications to come and work on a top secret 4-player PvE mega cool experience that I can't talk about because I'll get hunted down. So hit us up at our website, get in touch via that email, get in touch on the Discord channel, LinkedIn, Twitter. Come to Warrington and say hi. We've got a W01 Games event tomorrow night, hosted at our offices. So come along, say hello. And that's me, Stephen, I think. So I need to stop sharing my screen.
Excellent. Good stuff. So it seems Arthur, to me that when industry veterans like yourself, we have to use that word, but people who, you've worked for big companies, you kind of know this, you know the score. When you go out and do something like this and create your own studio, which is, it's kind of ambitious and of a decent size, it's a big undertaking. It seems that you're able to kind of go, okay, so I'm going to ask you about the process. Do you go, so where would I like to work? What was wrong in these places where I've worked, and how do I correct them? Is that the way you approach this? Yeah.
There's been a million and one horrible stories about the industry. To some extent, I've been around in the industry for 26 something years. Been there, seen it, done it, got the t-shirt, got friends that have been there, seen it, got the t-shirt. The industry's evolved, needs to evolve faster. And we want to be the poster studio for change and for the right thing. So being able to start from scratch is brilliant, because we know what can go wrong. I was at a studio that was 20 people, grew to a significant number of hundreds of people. I've seen the good, the bad, the indifferent, and we want to make sure that we do everything the best way possible. And the most important thing in a studio, no matter what anyone says, is people. Because without the best, brightest, most creative, talented people, your studio is not worth a job. So, you know, that's where we're investing our time and our effort. And every decision we make, we go like, how does that affect our people?
Nice.
So it's,
yeah. No, you're right. You can't make it. You know, it's not about IP. It's not about, you know, what you're making. It's the packages and the games. It has to start with the people. You're completely right there, I think. So that's cool. A couple of questions that came in on the chat and stuff. People are asking about, are you looking for, this might be a bit too specific, maybe it's something for Discord rather than here, but you're looking for, from a degree point of view and coding, computer science graduates or games graduates, or will you kind of have an open mind on that?
But we've got a 100% open mind from a programming perspective. You know, our onboarding process is actually, it's really nice and friendly and welcoming, but there is a code test involved. You know, we're an Unreal 5 studio, but one of our sort of more recent graduate hires, he was a Unity C# programmer, and you know, the fact of the matter is he was just super creative, super talented. He's been able to, you know, pick up Unreal pretty quickly, and it's not a problem. We're open-minded. We just want really talented, enthusiastic people. You know, when it comes to pretty much any discipline, Unreal is a benefit, but as long as people are great, they can pick up Unreal even if they don't know it. And the same with coding. It's like, if you can code and you're great, languages are reasonably transferable, and skills are reasonably transferable.
Cool, excellent. It was good to see, from my point of view, it was really good to see how inclusive you are being, and how kind of the 50-50 gender split is, you know, really ambitious, but you've got to, you know, it has to start.
Yeah, and that's why the outreach is important, because, you know, there are a finite number of female identifying sort of people within the industry. It can't be fixed overnight, but to be able to get in to talk to students before they've made those important decisions, that's kind of where it starts. Yeah, sure, we can get into universities and colleges, but decisions have been made there. You know, the class split is already visible. You know, we've already sent, I think, within the last 3 months, we've been to, I think, 7 local schools. We've got a couple more coming up. We're doing everything we can to try and get like role models. Yeah, we've got 4, and when they accept me next month, 5 women in games ambassadors, 4 are female and me. But if we can get those people into schools as role models, you know, I've got a 15-year-old and 18-year-old daughter. They've never been able to look and go, okay, I can identify with that person. That's someone I could aspire to be. We've all got to do, not just us, all studios have got to do it. The more we do it, the more that underrepresentation gets fixed.
Yeah, no, it's great to see you taking that so seriously. I mean, I don't think there is anybody who doesn't, but, you know, you kind of making it a real part of your agenda. With the junior roles, Arthur, what kind of, and that's great to see as well. You know, not loads of people automatically offer junior roles, but I think these days, I think you need to look and go, okay, well, we need to bring people in. And we need to spot that young talent and bring it in, because if we're only just hiring at, you know, mid-level or high level all the time, we're not getting any fresh talent. We're not getting any throughput. There's no pipeline, basically. So again, really refreshing to see that. Yeah,
I've been associated with UCLAN more than most universities, but for a long time, and there are some amazingly talented people. And what's really sad is, like, when you sort of want to check in, and 3-4 years down the line, you find that they've struggled to get in the industry, and they're doing something else. They're working in, no disrespect to game, but they're working in game, or they're not in the industry where they should be. So we're doing all we can to make sure that we're accessible at an entry level, and as well as that, not just university graduates, but our local college, Priestley in Warrington, it's got a fantastic games course. So we're going to be trying to make sure we get interns in at 18 FE sort of standard, because they can actually offer again a different voice, a different outlook. They might not want to go to uni, or might not want to spend to go to uni, and if they can make games, they've got a decent head on their shoulders, then why not bring them on board, mentor them, teach them, help them, and obviously make sure you're paying them a decent wage as well. There's it has to be done the right way. So it's all good. We've got some brilliant graduates that we've hired. We've got an experienced team as well, and it works in tandem. They can teach us, we can teach them, but you can't make the best games without that diverse mix of voices.
Yeah, fantastic. No, really good, fantastic. Thank you for that. Of course, you got members of the team, haven't you, on Discord? So for everybody, that is discord.gamesjobs.live. Did you mention actually you had an open day or some event tomorrow? Is that right?
Yeah, it's like a local indie student. It's basically WA1 Games. I don't run it. A friend of mine, Mark, runs it. It's shut down because of COVID for 2 years. Tomorrow's the first reinvention. It's basically a monthly gathering for anyone that's local in the Northwest, and just get together. Usually have a speaker, talk about some stuff, do some portfolio reviews, just have a bit of a natter. Normally it's like 35, 40 people turn up, and we're just resurrecting it. So you can probably find details on my LinkedIn or the 1010 LinkedIn. We did post it. So it's never too late, but it's only really for anyone that's local to Warrington. But it's definitely worth coming along. You get a whole mix of people. It's great.
Okay, fantastic. No, yeah, that's really good to hear. And I know I've heard about it. I might even come along. Don't put people off.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to come along.
Excellent. Yeah. No, thank you, Alpha. So yeah, I think the first time I ever spoke to you, you were telling me about when you were going into, it must have been your daughter's schools, and telling them about trying to encourage the children at the school to look at games as careers. So I know it is not a new thing for you.
No, not at all. But my daughter isn't even going to be in games. She wants to be a criminal, a forensic criminologist, I think.
You probably put her off. You're always going on about it. I'm not doing that.
I probably did, but anyway, the more that we can inspire anyone, regardless of gender or race, into games, the better. There's a massive skills gap. We have to do something about it as an industry.
Yeah, absolutely. No, so good work, sir. And I'll see you soon.
Cheers. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Take care. Okay, so just to reiterate, get on the Discord. So discord.gamesjobs.live. I know I keep going on about the Discord, but for everyone who goes on, I get £5. I think that's the case. Is that the case? I'll ask Colin. I'm sure he said that anyway, but definitely get on there, because just it's great. It's like a mini conference with people there from all of these great companies, and you can ask them directly the questions that you're itching to ask. So they're there for you to do that. One of the other things that I should definitely plug is the gamesjobs.live website. So generally, gamesjobs.live is a great site. It's a great resource for you to jump onto. They have a live map of games vacancies that are live, which is updated monthly. You can search by region, you can search by discipline, and give you a real overview of the different kind of roles that are available at different levels as well. So you can check out junior, you can check out mid and higher management roles on that website. So there's a whole load of information there. The regions area will tell you all about the different places where you can make games in the UK, and give you information about those as well. So that's a good section of the site to jump onto. And yeah, it's just a really useful resource. So definitely check out the website, the YouTube channel as well, and we'll plug that at the end. But essentially, go on YouTube, search for Games Jobs Live, gamejobs.live, and you'll see recordings soon after this event. This recording will be up. I mean, I'll be watching that for 24 hours after this, so we'll get a lot of hits, which will be me just watching me over and over again. However, it has all the recordings from all of the events all across the UK, so it's really good for research again, to jump on those, have a look at what people are saying. Games Jobs Live also get involved in game jams as well. So there's a whole load of things you can do by visiting those websites, by jumping on Discord, and researching. It's a great resource for you to find out what's going on. So talking of regions in a kind of one show kind of segue, we've just been in talking to a company based in Cheshire, and now we are going to go over to Yorkshire and speak to Team 17. So Team 17, what can I say? I'm going to do some product placement about Team 17. So Team 17, look at this. They provided me with this lovely drinks mug last time I saw Team 17, and it's full. I think it's gin that's in it, but so I'm professional. I'm not going to drink that now, am I? Obviously. Team 17. What do I say about Team 17? This company goes back yonks and yonks, even before me. So back to Commodore Amiga days. Made some great games, Alien Breed, those kind of games. Worms came along and really shook the world. It was one of those big games that really kind of changed things. Really an archetype of a game. And since then, the company's just gone on from strength to strength. Games like Overcooked, of course, The Escapist. Next week, they release a game called The Serpent Rogue, which looks pretty awesome. I was at WASD, WASD, last week, and I played a game called Marauders, which again is awesome. It's far too difficult for me, for my clumsy butterfingers. However, the game looks so good, and the team were really nice people. So, excuse me. Now we're going to talk to Kate Parker. So Kate Parker is the talent acquisition manager from Team 17. Hi, Kate.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
I'm struggling with this script. Next time I'm just going to make it up like usual. It's okay. We're getting there.
Don't out me.
Well, I always thought, why, Colin is so professional when he does this. Well, of course, he is a professional. Why am I not a professional? Why am I so unprofessional? Because I don't have a script. So, I'm learning as well. Oh,
but Colin doesn't have his own merch.
He doesn't have his own merch, does he? No, you see, he doesn't have he doesn't have these things. My Team 17 merch either. So we're all merched up. There's no illegal money is exchanged hands so that you get more time or anything. It's just it's all legit. It's all above board. So anyway, Kate, maybe I should go and you should tell us all about the wonderful opportunities at Team 17.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've got a presentation to drop on the screen. Perfect. So obviously, hello to everyone in the audience. Tried to design this a little bit to kind of give some context. I know we are ever changing at Team 17, so I'm going to set the scene a little bit and then just drop into a few different areas, and then obviously eventually talk to you a little bit about opportunities that we have at the moment. So in terms of setting the scene a little bit, I think there is a lot going on about acquisitions and things that we're doing. So just wanted to kind of give a bit of a lay of the land. So obviously Team 17 Digital, the Team 17 that everyone knows and loves, is actually a member of a larger Team 17 group. So that is alongside Story Toys, who do educational games in coordination with quite a few different cool things. So they've done stuff with Hungry Caterpillar. They've done stuff with Lego. So some really cool bits aimed at a younger audience. And we have also now got Astragon in the group, who are over in Europe, and they do simulation games. So as a business, we are a developer and a publisher. As Stephen says, we've got quite a heritage in the industry, and our passion really is to bring indie games to people across the world. So we are platform and genre agnostic. And the idea really is we want to bring all sorts of gaming experiences to everyone, and make sure that, truly is something for everyone in our catalogue. So as a business, we are obviously UK owned, and we have offices across Nottingham, Manchester and Wakefield. So Nottingham is more of our kind of commercial publishing site, where you can find marketing, sales, business development, all that kind of stuff. And then over in Manchester and Wakefield, we are actually development sites. And off the back of that, we do also work with developers across the world. So we're not limited to being just UK. We've had the opportunity to work with some fantastic developers, and that reach really is just continuing to grow. So our journey so far, so as the label, obviously we started quite some time ago, and yes, our first game was Worms. So I think Team 17 has maybe a little bit of a brand of the Worms guys, which again, as Stephen mentioned, we've got a real range of some fantastic games and new titles coming through. So obviously just want to give those the credit they deserve as well. So yes, we obviously are CEO by Debbie. She is still actually now the Team 17 group CEO, just to set the context there. She's not gone anywhere. She is absolutely still involved, but she is sitting at that group level across all of the different businesses now. So we've launched our games label, and then of course we've done a lot since then. We are way in excess of 100 games now. Back in 2018 we celebrated that milestone, and more recently we've acquired a few different businesses. Yippee was an outsourced studio, and that is now been completely absorbed with Team 17, and the previous owner Mike is our general manager up in Manchester, and he is also head of third-party production. So 2021 was quite a big year for us in terms of welcoming 77 new Teamsters, 14 games were launched, and we also welcomed Michael Patterson across from PlayStation. So as Debbie starts to focus at group level, Michael is going to be taking over and running Team 17 for us. So we are very excited to have him, and he's already doing some fantastic work for us. So in terms of giving a bit of context, I mean, from previous experience, and I hope I'm right, the audiences I know usually come along to these events can be any level across the games industry, but also people that are looking to break into the industry as well. So I thought I'd give a little bit of a scene in terms of what we look for, and I think what a lot of other studios look for as well. So a big one naturally is what differentiates you. Although the games industry isn't massive, it is still highly competitive, and there are a lot of people that want to break in or want to get into different roles. So I always like to think about things that differentiate you as a person, whether that be your skills, your attitude and approach. And what I mean by that is maybe you've come up with a really weird and wacky way of coming up with new concepts for game art, or perhaps you have a very different approach to production. So we want to hear what makes you, you really. Supporting materials are massively important. If you're applying for a creative job, we want to see your creativity. We want to see what you can do. And then extracurriculars might sound a little bit strange and kind of school-esque, but the purpose of that really is to highlight other things that you get up to. So in my spare time, I play rugby. It's a big part of who I am. And we want to hear about things like that. We want to know what else you get up to and who you are as an individual. One of the big ones, I think, is why the company you're applying for. So is it the quality of games? Have you grown up on Worms? Is it the culture that that business kind of gives out to the world? Is it the communities that exist within the business that interest you? So what is it that makes you want to work there? And I think something actually was discussing with a member of my team earlier today is, what does success mean to you? And that might read as a bit of a strange one, but I think what do you feel at the end of the day? So what makes you feel pride? What do you want to walk away and say, I've achieved that? And what business is going to give the opportunity to do that? So hopefully it's Team 17, but I think that's a really useful one across everyone and any different game studio that you apply for, because there are really a lot of fantastic ones across the UK and the world. And in terms of those trying to break into games, the most fantastic piece of advice I was given when I said to one of our designers, what would you say to someone looking to get into games? Try everything. They said they got together with a group of their friends after university and they created a game. So what that allowed them to do was create a game concept, draw characters, project manage, create their own community, and that one doesn't just have to be within the games industry. I know that we interviewed an amazing candidate once who actually had created her own community, which had developed into its own business. And she did actually choose to continue with that business, but she did some fantastic stuff. And that community experience is invaluable. And And then, yeah, all sorts across product marketing, strategy, financial viability, recruiting. There are so many opportunities in games, and you don't have to be a programmer or an artist or a designer to have a place in our industry. And finally, be yourself. Bring your whole self to work every single day. These are people, you know, we spend 5 days out of 7 at work in a week. Apart from those very lucky individuals on a 4-day working trial. But we really do want you to come and be exactly yourself. And I would always give that piece of advice whenever interviewing for any role, games industry or beyond. So what can Team 17 offer you if that is where you would like to be? I think the first one, career development, it's incredibly important. So something we've created is a job level map, and what that allows you to understand is where you are, how you're performing, and what we're looking for you to make a step into that next role above you. So it's a really useful tool to really understand where you position yourself and the key skills that you need to develop to continue moving forwards. We all have LinkedIn Learning, but we also do offer specialist training courses. So our project managers, our producers have just done some project management refresh. We have offered courses across loads of different teams in the business. So for example, our PR team have all got access to their CIPR. We are really passionate about developing people, and we know that it's important. So we want you to do it with us if you're going to come and work for us. And another thing we have done recently is secondment opportunities, and these have been fantastic. And everyone who has gone on a secondment has stayed in post, whether that's been design, production. But beyond that, we've seen people move into game scouting, user research. So we're really passionate about opening up and creating opportunities for people at Team 17. Obviously, important one, competitive rewards and benefits. So we've done a lot of work over the last 18 months to the last year, really. We took part in a big salary survey last year. We have got and just recently revamped our bonus scheme. We are now making every employee at Team 17 a shareholder, whether that be existing or new. And we have also revamped our pension to create 6 and 8% matches. And then we do other things like console loans, supporting bike into it, stuff like that. And then another thing, we've just upgraded again our Bupa healthcare. So we previously had physical health. We've also got mental health in there now. We've got dental. It's impossible. Anyone who's tried will know what I mean to get a dentist appointment. And if you're not registered, so Bupa Dental is a great one. But we also have things like virtual GP. We have a 24-hour EAP support line, again, through Bupa, subsidised fitness, and bike to work. So all the different things that can help make life a little bit easier and a little bit healthier for yourself. So flexible working, as Steve mentioned again, this is a really hot topic at the moment, and we essentially want employees to be able to create a working environment that works for them. So whether that be on site, at home, hybrid, we're really trying to take it on a case-by-case basis for individuals. And we have said to our heads of departments, you decide what is right for you and your teams. So we're really trying to understand what we can do to make people enjoy that arrangement a little bit more. And we also have UK shared offices. So they're also available if you're based somewhere where we don't have an office, particularly useful in London. And then the fun stuff, game keys, launch packages, all of those kinds of things. Socials, in-person and virtual, so we're not missing anyone out if they're not in the office. And then we also have loads of stuff like on-site consoles, games, pool tables, things like that. Communities. So again, we spend 5 out of 7 days at work from the week. So we want to make sure that there's more than just your day-to-day job when you're in the office or whether you're at home. So we do have a number of different communities. Now, these are all employee-led, which means the business isn't involved in setting them up. They're completely driven by individuals. So these are just people at Team 17 that said, we want to get a committee up and running. So Teams for Engagement is representatives across the business. And they're responsible for basically implementing change, creating open channels of communication to feed back up to the business. Green 17, quite an obvious one, but we want to be more environmentally friendly, whether that be from making sure all of our products in the office for cleaning are green, or whether that be charging ports for electric cars, which we've now put in Wakefield. LGBTQAI+, probably actually one of our first committees that we have, and they have driven through some fantastic initiatives. We now have gender neutral toilets in the Wakefield office, and our other offices as service providers. But again, we're always looking for ways to improve and educate and create that culture of acceptance. So we also have the charity committee, quite a newer one, but I think, again, very self-explanatory, and they do some fantastic work. And then more recently, we've got up and going a women's group at Team 17, which has been really nice to be a part of myself and Women in Games Ambassador. I think women in the workplace, of course, incredibly important, and representation across all groups is something that we're continuing to drive forwards with every effort behind. Finally, just some nice pictures of stuff we've gotten up to recently, actually. I'm trying very hard not to use any old images from kind of pre-COVID times because I want everything to be reflective of Team 17 now, whether that be Develop, which was my first in-person event, which was actually where Stephen got that merch from. I do not bribe him with merch. And then we had loads of different stuff. We did a Halloween party, as you can see, second from the right. That was not a good description. That is one of our monthly town halls that we have. So Michael was presenting to the business. But yeah, we've done loads of stuff. There's cosplay down there. We had arcades on site, all stuff like that. So we get up to loads of different stuff and continue to do more as people return to office, but also we're continuing to put in place things like a Discord channel for just social chats. I think Simon mentioned to me earlier, there's actually one for pets now, just like pictures of pets. So just making sure we maintain that connectivity when we are remote working as well. And finally, which you've all been waiting for, and I will stop talking shortly, these are some of our roles that we've got open at the moment. So as you can see, it's everything from studio roles to publishing, operations, some senior roles in there. But one of the things that you will see in bold is our mobile studio. So we did actually acquire a business called The Label over in San Francisco, who have now joined us. And they are a mobile publishing label, and they do things like subscription platforms. And we are looking to build that area of the business out. So we'll still have the traditional Team 17 PC console, but we are looking to kind of build into the mobile stuff as well. So if that is of interest to you and you want to know more, please contact me about any of these roles. As you can see, obviously the website to go and have a look at those is on there as well. And I'm very pleased to share that Simon Hawkyard has joined us as a head of talent acquisition as well. So please feel free to contact myself or him, connect with us on LinkedIn, and we'd be more than happy to talk to you about any of the open roles, any speculative interest, or if you just want to know more about the business, give me a shout. And as promised, I will stop talking now.
Excellent. Wow, a lot of information there. It was very densely packed, Kate, but it was really good stuff. Really good stuff. It's always good to see Team 17 really kind of rocking it, and you are doing so. That's ace. What I also really liked is that you made a point of saying that it's not just the games industry isn't just for people who can code and do art, because there's just a whole spectrum of different kinds of roles out there, basically, because the games industry needs HR people, it needs accountants, it needs kind of, all of those support roles in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even if you think about when a game comes to us and we decide whether it's a developer that we're going to work with, there are people that do the financial due diligence on, is this game viable? Is it interesting? Is it going to go to market? How are we going to respond to that? We have, commercial due diligence. How do we market this? Is there a community? How do we build that? There is so much that goes on to the inner workings in a game studio that I think quite often isn't recognised. And I think they are really fantastic people that again, they facilitate that these things come to life.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah. I always think the marketing people are the best, but, I'm biased. Excellent. Well, thank you very much. You're on Discord. So
yes, Simon will be in there as well.
Brilliant. Okay, so catch Kate and Simon on Discord. That's discord.gamesjobs.live. So that's great. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you for having us.
Always a pleasure. Okay, so now we have our final company. So this company takes its name from a famous game publisher of the 80s, and they have been just as prolific as that company, working on a huge range of games across various platforms. And if you haven't played it, definitely grab Hyper Sentinel. It's on lots of platforms. I love playing it on Switch. Here from Huey Games, we have Rob.
Hello.
Rob, hello. How are you?
I'm very well, Stephen. How are you?
Excellent. I'm ace, thank you. Yes, I'm in a good mood because, as I said before, the sun is shining, which is weird. So hopefully you are, and you're ready to.
It's sun shining here as well. So fingers crossed it lasts for the bank holiday, right?
Well, it will do. Let's just take it. It's going to be glorious.
Definitely will.
We're going to sit outside in the back garden and eat chocolate. It's going to melt. We're going to have to, we're going to be all messy, covered in chocolate, but we're going to be happy and full of cholesterol. So hurrah! So hurrah. Everything in, just don't overdo anything, kids. Rob, tell us about Huey Games and the roles that you might have available.
Yeah, so I've got a little presentation here. There we go. Here it is. I will do that then. So yeah, Huey Games. We've been going for over 6 years now, and yeah, not going to show off too much. We've won a few awards, which is always good. What do we do? We're a developer, and we work in kind of two different capacities. First of all, there's our work for hire business, and our kind of flagship service on that front is our smart porting powered by Huey Core, which is our technology. You can see a bunch of the awesome indie games that we've got to work on through our work for hire services across all platforms, all consoles, VR, everything. So we do some fantastic stuff. Yeah, these are a few of the brilliant indie titles that we've had the pleasure and the privilege to work on recently. And there's actually, I could put another 5 on this slide that we're working on currently or working on this year, except I'm not allowed to yet because we haven't announced them, but some really huge and exciting indie games that we're working on currently. Can't wait to be able to share that with the world. So yeah, we get to work on a lot of cool games with people through our work for hire business, which is always really exciting and varied. And of course, we develop our own original games. Stephen mentioned Hyper Sentinel there, which we developed and self-published back in 2018. We've got Wreck Out as well, which is in kind of between alpha and beta at the moment. It's almost like a Rocket League meets Breakout. And that's already won a bunch of awards as well, pre-release game. So we're really excited about that. And then we've got Mechanus, which you can see here. You may recognize it from Day of the Devs. It was featured on Day of the Devs, I think that was last year. That's in early development. Super exciting stuff happening on that. It's like a puzzle platform game with stealth elements. It's absolutely beautiful, this unique kind of clockwork ecosystem world that we're building. And I just can't wait again to show more on that because there's some really exciting stuff happening. So, a lot of varied titles in terms of what we do internally. We really think of ourselves as a boutique indie developer in terms of our original games as well. So yeah, it's exciting, cool stuff that we're working on and building up here. And then, yeah, another kind of thing that we do, lots of variety at Huey Games. We've run 15 successful Kickstarter campaigns now, mostly for our range of licensed neo-retro indie games on our Collector's USB cassette series for PC and for Mac. So yeah, you can see we did it with the Dark Side Detective double pack. That was 1 and 2 version of that game on one cassette, and a bunch of other ones. In fact, we've got a Kickstarter up at the moment for Cardboard Kings and Desert Child in a double pack because they're from the same developer. So yeah, something cool and quirky that we do. We've got a great community of collectors that collect all these cassettes that we license and ship out to people. And of course, everybody that works at Huey Games, whenever we get together, there's a range of cassettes put on the table, and we pick the ones that we haven't got yet, and we're all building up our collection internally. So another cool thing we do that's quite unique and distinct as a company. And our team, we're growing. We're 19 people now and growing quite rapidly. Got a brilliant team, awesome people. We have a really great culture that we're developing. We get together regularly. We go out for meals. We have parties. We have competitions. You can see in the top right there that Hayden won the Star Wars Lego TIE Fighter there for winning our kind of rip-off of catchphrase game that we were doing on Discord, and a Christmas party on the left there. We were competing on the SNES Mini to win prizes from Santa's sack, and somebody walked away with I think Josh walked away with a Switch Lite and a copy of Kiwi, which is one of the games that we worked on with our partners for Nintendo Switch. So yeah, really great culture that we're building together. Yeah, we like to enjoy our work and have fun with what we're doing. That's why we're in the games industry as well, isn't it? So in terms of a bit more detail about the recruitment side of things, right now we're always looking for programmers. We're quite programmer hungry because we work on so many fantastic games on the porting side as well as our internal games, both Unreal and Unity, because we work with our partners in both engines. Pretty soon we're going to be having roles for art and design as well on Mechanus, and a bit later after that, probably expanding in the QA and production side of things as well. So you can see our careers page where you can keep an eye out for the kind of live roles as they go up, and they're going to be going up, you know, continuously and regularly as we continue to grow. So do keep an eye on that. And yeah, I mean, why join Huey? Some other things to talk about there. We do offer fully remote working. We have flexible working hours. There's a paid lunch hour as part of that. As I said, we're building a really great culture, I think, and obviously you can talk to some of our people about that as well if you'd like to. And because we do so many varied things, because we've got all our work for hire work, all the porting that we do, our internal projects with those kind of boutique games that we build, the cassettes, everything, you get to work on a huge variety of projects. You get to get in the credits of a lot of games in a short period of time because of that. And we really enjoy that. We really enjoy, as a team, getting stuck into lots of different projects. And, you know, throughout a year, you're going to look back at multiple games that you've worked on, which is really exciting as a team. In terms of our values as a company, healthy productivity is important. We're absolutely anti-crunch. Obviously, we work hard and go the extra mile to deliver quality for our clients and for ourselves. But a healthy work-life balance is always prioritized. And in terms of how we work together as a team, that open collaboration value is really about communication and empathy and listening, and making sure people are encouraged to ask questions. There's no such thing ever as a silly question. It's better to ask and get that out there and kind of communicate and be empathetic with people's situations and be as flexible as we can with that. So yeah, openness is very important to us, and collaboration and working together as a team, because we're juggling lots of exciting stuff. And so communication is really important. And that value of always learning. Because we work across so many different projects, there's a really great opportunity to learn a huge amount in a short space of time, because we're working with other people's code and other people's methods of doing things on the work for hire side. So we're just like a sponge, always absorbing all these lessons and then thinking about, okay, next time, how can we improve the process even more? So that's a really important value for us as well. And of course, we're partnered with Safe in Our World in terms of the work they do with mental health and mental health awareness, and raise the game for diversity and representation and so on. So these are all things that we value as a company, as everybody should do. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers us at Huey Games. Short but sweet. There's my details there. So please feel free to drop me an email, and of course, I'll be in the Discord to answer any questions you might have.
Excellent stuff. What I love about what you have built at Huey Games in the past few years is kind of how it's kind of like, I hate that when companies describe themselves as families, but I think you kind of built this kind of extended remote family, and you've kind of really built a great kind of collection of talent there. And it's very collaborative as well. It's very kind of supportive of each other. All the things that have kind of that you discuss. I've seen that in the people that you've hired and the team that you built. So yeah, it's lovely to see. Really good.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's what we're aiming for. Obviously, there's always more to learn and improve on that front. But yeah, that's certainly what we're aiming for. And we like to get together and go to events and hang out. I know we bump into you all the time, Stephen, at various different things. So yeah, it's good. It's a good target to aim for, and we enjoy it.
Cool. Well, thanks for that, Rob. And next time I'll want to play your version of catchphrase. So I want to play it and I want to win Lego because it was.
Yeah, that was a Pete Gomer special. He's the host with the kind of sequin suit, the virtual sequin suit, and dancing to the family the Wheel of Fortune theme tune on Discord. So yeah, great fun.
Right, everybody wants to work at Huey now. This is care about that presentation. It's just for that, basically.
Just for that, yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, yeah, so jump on Discord. You're on Discord. People can talk to you there for the next half hour. We're open until 6 o'clock on Discord. So thank you for that. Cheers, Rob.
Great. See you on Discord. Thank you.
Bye-bye. So that's it. You've heard from Double 11, Rebellion, 10 Games, Team 17, and Huey Games. Very diverse, all very different, very different kind of places to work, very different kind of take on making games. I think what you're seeing is a commonality in, respecting talent, really wanting to encourage new talent, to move away from those kind of bad working practices of the past. Nobody wants that. Everybody respects people and wants them to do well, wants them to flourish. And in doing so, they'll make great games. So that's what the industry is all about. So really encouraging to see that. Discord server will be open till 6 o'clock. So we've got another half an hour. Sorry, I've overrun by a couple of minutes. So apologies for that. But we will be on discord.gamesjobs.live. If you put that into a browser, we'll be there for another half an hour. And of course, as I said, if you registered on Eventbrite, you'll get an email later on today. Details of all these opportunities. So don't worry if you missed anything, not written anything down, it'll all be there. If you look on YouTube, look at Games Jobs Live, find us there and you'll see a recording of this. Let's hope Colin doesn't see that because I'll never get on here again. And that's all I have to say, really. So thank you to all of the companies that have come along. Thank you for being so honest. Thank you for being on Discord and you're still on there till 6 o'clock and really answering anyone's questions, being very frank. Thank you most of all for coming along, being on Discord, interacting and watching this whole thing. Thank you for Ethan, who's ran the whole thing behind the scenes, and thank you for Colin, who he's been operating things. He's kind of a puppeteer. He's never really not been here. So thank you to Colin for asking me to do this. And all remains for me to say is really good luck in your search for finding jobs or for finding a new job in games. We need you. These employers need you. You're of value. And so remember that and come and work in games or carry on working in games because it's a great industry and we love you. So good luck and see you soon. And thank you for attending Games Jobs Live North.